Hey garden friends, good morning. So today it is a gorgeous day out here. I'm literally so excited. It's finally in the 60s. It's only going to be a high of like 64 today. And it has been in the 80s. Literally yesterday it was 86. So it was almost a 30-degree drop overnight. And I can't say how excited I am. I have been so tired of the heat, so I am super excited to be out here and planting some things with you guys today. So I was able to go out yesterday and pick up a couple of shrubs and a ton of bulbs, but we're not doing the bulbs today. A couple of shrubs from a good friend of mine who was generous enough to give me some azaleas. I also think I have a spirea, and then I have 2 butterfly bushes that I have to plant today. So I'm trying to kind of figure out where I wanted to put them. Originally, when I first saw these shrubs, let me go ahead and show you what they look like. They're in really good condition actually. I can't talk today. They're in really good condition actually. They're in really good condition. There is some like spotting on them and a little bit of maybe some kind of stress. I'm not exactly sure. She was definitely not doing anything to them. They were just sitting in her yard. So I don't know if what's going on, but I will definitely try to give them a good home here. So I have 2 azaleas. Apparently she thinks one is white and she knows one is like a reddish pink. And then I also have this gorgeous, what I'm believing is a spirea, because it looks very, very similar to my double play spirea over here. If I'm remembering that correctly, I'm pretty sure this is a spirea. So he looks very, very similar and is completely full grown, looking amazing, and actually has a little bit of modeling that reminds me, or variegation, sorry, that reminds me of unanimous, if I'm saying that correctly. It reminds me of another shrub that I have here, but beautiful lime green with some variegation on the tips. Just gorgeous. So originally when I found these shrubs, or when she said that she wanted me to take these shrubs, I immediately thought, oh my gosh, these would go perfect over here in this side of the garden because I have nothing established over here and I really want to get some things kind of planted. I want to start establishing beds. But as I was looking at it a little bit more, I'm realizing that there is a lot of borrowed landscape that is coming in through my fence, which I knew, but there are definitely also some weeds and things that would need to be removed. We have some big, I believe that this is I'm not sure, maybe a tree of heaven or something like that, that needs to be removed. Ooh, it's definitely dead, so actually this might come out pretty easy. But there's all kinds of weeds. I also had those failed boxwoods piled up in this area. There's some more stuff that would have to be removed. So I'm just realizing this is going to be a ton of work to even get it to the point where I could even put it into the ground. So I'm thinking I'm going to leave this for next year. Over the winter, I'm going to try to start doing some no-dig beds in here, mulching it really well, and then of course trimming everything back as much as I can that is kind of coming in through the fence so that I can have some good garden beds established for next year. So what that leaves me with is 3 partial shade shrubs that need a home, and then 2 full sun shrubs that need a home as well. And so what I'm thinking is, this bed is empty, let's go ahead and pop them in. So right here I have hydrangea. I just have some columbines here, and that's pretty much it. I have a couple little things, like I have a couple hostas. I know that it's hard to see, but I do have some little hosta sprouts that are planted in here. And then the only other things that I have are some white mums that I popped in here just a couple weeks ago. So I'm thinking that this would be a good place to fill in. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm thinking about putting the spirea actually right here because I am going to be taking the beds around the back of the house here soon, as soon as I can. As soon as I have the time to actually do it and have the cardboard to do it as well, because I've been using the no-dig method to do that and just mulching really heavily. So I think I'm just going to dig out a big hole right here and then put him in. And the reason for that is because it does get afternoon sun, and I know that, or as far as I know, hopefully this spirea can take a little bit more sun, and hopefully he will color up for the fall, because all of these were in pretty much, I would even debate that it was full shade because they had a ton of trees around them. So, but I think that he can take a little bit more sun if I'm cataloging him correctly. So if you guys have any idea what this shrub is, please let me know so that if I put him in the wrong place, I can correct it over the next couple of weeks. But that's what the foliage looks like. Oh my goodness, that scared me. My shovel just fell over. But yeah, let me focus on this so you can see. Yeah, so that's what one of the foliage looks like. Like I said, he has some variegation, some on some of the tips, and has a very like weeping kind of habit. So let me know in the comments if you guys know what this mystery shrub is, but I think he's a spirea. So I'm going to go ahead and pop him over here, and then I'm also going to put the azaleas pretty far forward, and I'm going to try to avoid the crawl space here so that they can still have access to it. And then I'm going to put one here and then maybe one over there. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this tripod set up and let's do this thing. One down, two more to go. Okay, so we've got those in the ground. So now all we need to do is move the 2 butterfly bushes. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you where I put them yesterday. So when I came home yesterday, the reason they're already in the ground is because they were wilting bad, and I was so scared that I was going to lose them. It was actually like 1 butterfly bush that when I dug it up split into 2, and I was super worried that, like, I didn't try to split it or anything like that. It just fell apart. I was super worried that it was gonna die, like, because, you know, maybe something had happened and they had split apart and it shouldn't have done that or whatever. So when I got home and they were wilting, I panicked and just placed them in the ground, and I was like, oh, this might be a good spot. But later on, I've never owned a butterfly bush, so I went ahead last night and did a little bit of research about butterfly bushes, and they hate sitting in water. They are not good water plants at all. And this particular place that I put them was in full sun because I knew they needed full sun. I at least knew that. But it does flood periodically in the spring. So I was hoping that they would be okay there because I think that they look really cute. But, oh my gosh, I need to sneeze. I was hoping that I could leave them there because they look really cute there, and I'm excited about trying to figure out something to put in this particular corner of the yard. But it's not going to work there because I'm pretty sure they will die the first spring because, like I said, it does flood. The drainage over there is really bad. We actually don't have drainage in the front of our yard. For whatever reason, they never installed a drain pipe where our driveway is, and in the front, like next to the road. You know how normally there's drain pipes in like a ditch? There's no ditch. It's just flat. And so the runoff from rain and from the road is always pooling in front of our house. So I'm gonna have to move them. I actually don't even know where I need to move them. So let's go see where they are now. It's in the bright sun, which is why I'm videoing the intro right now. And then I'm gonna try to think about where I wanna put them. I have 2, so I feel like they should frame something. I don't know. Okay, so this is the corner where they are currently. There's one over here and one over here. And then I also got this little baby dogwood that I popped in the ground, and he is crispy. He did not like transplanting, so I don't know if he's gonna survive here. As you can see, he's kind of wonky because he did grow in a understory, which also might be what's going on. But I am going to leave him. I'm gonna stake him up. I'm going to leave him here and see if he leaves out back in the spring. I'm not too terribly worried, but I do think he's planted a little too deeply. I probably need to put him up. So I'm probably gonna dig him up, put some compost, and attend to him. But these are the butterfly bushes. They actually looked great this morning, but I guess in the heat of the day, they wilted again. So there's one, and then there's the other one over there. And like I said, this whole area floods every single spring. This one may be okay, but I have a feeling like it comes out pretty far. The flooding does. Like this whole area floods. So if you guys have any suggestions of plants that can tolerate flooding, it's only in the spring. That's the problem. We get a lot of rain in the spring and it only floods, but through the summer it's like normal. So I don't know, like I couldn't plant swamp plants here because they wouldn't get enough water through the summer. So let me know if you guys know of any plants that are hardy through occasional flooding. But let's go ahead and get these guys dug up and figure out where we want to put them. Okay guys, so I finished planting everything that I needed to plant up, which is great because I actually need to go inside and clean the house because we have people coming over later this afternoon, so I need to go ahead and get inside and figure that out. So I went ahead and planted the butterfly bushes over here, if I can get my finger to point the right way, over here in front of this little potting shed that I have, or whatever, my little shed that I have for all my gardening stuff, because even though it is shaded right now, pretty much as soon as like 1 o'clock hits, it's got full sun until the sun sets, because the way that the sun comes over our house, it starts in the front and then ends in the back. And so I think that they will be pretty happy there. I've been planning on trying to plant up the backyard more anyways. That's one of my goals for this next year, is to try to plant up the backyard so it's a little bit more of a garden space that I can actually relax and have a little bit of privacy. I concentrated this past year on the front, and so it's great, but if I sit out there, a lot of times people are just driving by and everything, which is totally fine, but every once in a while you just want a place where you can kind of feel a little bit secluded and just have like a little bit of a peaceful moment. So anyways, I'm going to establish some garden beds all around this little potting shed, and then hopefully around this other what I call the murder shack in our backyard. Okay, I'm here up against the house because I think that the wind's a little bit better, not coming across the yard like that. But anyways, oh my gosh, my face looks so dirty. Anyway, so I'm hoping that they do well there. I didn't amend the soil too much because I had heard that they don't really like that as much. So hopefully they will like it over there and will do well. We'll see how it goes. Either way, if you guys have any suggestions for what I can plant out in that little front corner that gets occasional flooding, please let me know in the comments, because I am a bit stumped. I'm not 100% sure what to put out there. I was thinking maybe irises. I know that they like full sun and do well in drought, but I'm thinking maybe they do okay with occasional flooding. I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day and you can get out in your gardens today, and I'll see you guys in the next one.